các anh chị và các bạn. Gần đây ở Mỹ thường xảy ra những vụ kỳ thị người Á Châu. Tính cho tới ngày hôm nay thì đã lên đến trên 4.000 vụ. Vụ đau thương gần đây nhất là vụ nổ súng tại 3 tiệm massage ở Atlanta, khiến cho 8 người chết, trong đó có 6 người Á Châu. Hôm nay ngay tại đây thuộc thành phố Garden Grove, nhóm thanh niên gốc Việt đến đây để tổ chức một buổi họp báo phản đối những hành động kỳ thị dẫn đến bạo hành của người da trắng đối với người Mỹ gốc Á. Tất cả các giới chức có mặt đều cực lực phản đối nạn kỳ thị người Mỹ gốc Á, đặc biệt là vụ thảm sát ở Atlanta. Thông điệp của buổi nói chuyện này là kêu gọi mọi người cùng đứng lên để có tiếng nói vững mạnh hơn. Và mình mời các anh chị và các bạn theo dõi cuộc nói chuyện ngày hôm nay.
So I know many of you probably heard about this on social media or through word of mouth. You've heard from many of our community leaders, our elected officials. Is there anybody that came with that would like to hold the mic and hold the space to say a few words? So we're going to open it up to those that came here either on your own or through others. I'm going to go ahead and have silence here, so feel welcome to come up and say a few words for those of you that just came. So we have someone here from one of our top institutions in the county of Orange. I got to see him earlier today virtually, and I'm glad to be able to see President Fierci from Cal State Fullerton here with us today, an ally for sure to the API community, to all of Orange County.
Good evening, everybody. I'm so glad to be here to stand with you in solidarity against any anti-Asian hate, against any hate at all. All our communities, our black and brown communities, our Asian communities, they deserve to live full and robust lives all together, everybody together. That is what we try to do at Cal State Fullerton. That is our goal for our students to leave a place where they feel welcome and they feel part of the community and go out and spread that in our community in Orange County. So we stand as tall as we can. I'm not that tall, but I'll stand as tall as I can with you against any anti-Asian hate, and especially in a time of Women's History Month. This is so very important to be recognizing the power of women to stand tall against hate, and I'm so proud to be with you.
Thank you, President Fierci. It's very important for us to have a leader in education here with us today, because you are shaping the future leaders of our community. So thank you to you. Thank you to Tam Nguyen. Thank you for Elba Rubalcaba for being with us today. Anybody else would like to hold space and talk and share their thoughts with us, especially in light of Women's History? I love that we have male allies with us that are willing to hold the mic.
Thank you, Tammy. Good evening. My name is Paul Hung. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, a mental health professional. And as I was coming here today, an alert came on my Facebook page from one of the group for therapists that I interact with. It was from a Vietnamese therapist. She was sharing on a post how during this time she was being made fun of because of her eyes, because of the food that she eats, and because sometimes she would use Vietnamese words in addition to English. How she would bypass her position, because in the post that she mentioned, she was bypassed her position because the employer thinks she would be a distraction for the male peer. In her own words, she said that the employer said that she looks too much like a victim. And I think I grew up with all sisters. I'm the only boy. And so in that regard, I grew up with a lot of female in my family. I don't see that there's any discrimination or there's any differences between male or female. The fact that all of us here, my sisters here, are being mistreated systemically, not just now during this time, but systemically in histories. It is a time for us to come together to unite, to lend our voices and support what we can to elevate. During this time especially, I can speak on behalf of my own wife, who have taken on so much work to be a mother, a teacher to our kids, to be a healer for me and my family. there's so much that's on the shoulder of women, of our mothers and our sisters, of our aunts and our uncle. It is very important for all of us to recognize the contributions that women has contributed to society, to our family. And so it is just as right for us to elevate and protect. And sometimes they don't need our protection. They need us to step out of the way so that they can have space themselves. So for us to give them that space, I ask all of my male colleagues, all of us in the community, to join hand in this effort, to not only stop hate against Asian, to stop hate against women.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Anh Paul có thể nói vài lời bằng tiếng Việt được không?
Tôi là Paul Hoàng, tôi là chuyên gia tâm lý. Thì hồi nãy tôi có chia sẻ chút xíu là trên đường đến đây tôi có nhận được một cái text trong cái Facebook của cái nhóm mà tôi có tham gia. Thì cô chuyên gia tâm lý này cũng là một người Việt Nam luôn. Cô chia sẻ là trong cái thời gian này cô bị áp lực bởi phái nam, và cùng lúc những người sắc tộc khác kỳ thị cô vì cô là người Á Châu. Và tóm tắt trong những gì tôi mới trình bày đây bằng tiếng Anh là trong cái thời gian này chúng ta đặc biệt nhận xét được là cái vai trò của người phụ nữ trong xã hội, của người phụ nữ trong gia đình, của người phụ nữ trong cộng đồng. Chúng ta nên càng tiếp tục để hỗ trợ, và cùng lúc nhiều lúc mình phải cần rút lui để cho những người phụ nữ trong đời sống chúng ta có thời gian và có cơ hội để đứng lên. Nhiều khi chính cá nhân chúng ta là người đang kéo người phụ nữ xuống. Nên trong cái thời gian này mình không có phải là tranh đấu và chống lại những cái áp lực, những cái bạo động với những người Á Châu, nhưng mà những cái áp lực và những cái bạo động ngược đãi cho những người phụ nữ trong cộng đồng chúng ta.
Cảm ơn anh Paul. We still have space open, so anybody else would like to share their thoughts? Oh, Elva. Yes, we have Elva Rubacava, who is the Associate Vice President for Community and Government Relations at Cal State Fullerton.
Thank you so much for having me. As a woman of color and as a woman, I speak on behalf of Cal State Fullerton. We are a majority minority serving institution, and we are here on behalf of our faculty, students, and staff and our community. And we stand with the Asian American community in stopping this hate and violence and racism. So thank you. Estamos muy unidos con ustedes. Yo soy Elba Rubalcaba, soy la vicepresidenta asociada de Cal State Fullerton en los asuntos gubernamentarios, y estamos unidos con ustedes en parar este odio, esta violencia y discriminación, y estamos muy unidos con ustedes. Muchas gracias.
All right. We're going to keep the mic open for anybody else that would like to say a few words. Anybody in the audience? Anybody that came here today looking to connect and to have their voice heard? Sir.
Hello, can you hear me? Yes. Okay, my name is Abel Sanchez, and I'm an ally. I'm here to represent my family who couldn't make it, but I live with 3 awesome women, my wife and my 2 daughters, which I refer to as, excuse my language, but my mujeres chingonas, my badass girls. And I grew up in LA. I grew up in Bell, and I went to school in South LA. But now this is my community. I live here. So we are not going to be intimidated by people whose thoughts are not only all minorities, but Asians, whose thoughts are to harm and infiltrate with our lives. Okay, we have to stand up, we have to speak, and we have to speak when we see something happening. Okay, and it's all our responsibility right here to do so. Okay, whether my color is brown or anybody's Asian or or is African American. I was at the Black Lives Matter march last year, and I saw when all the community was here all together. And please, I'm sorry, I'm not the greatest at speaking out loud, but I have to say something, and I just want to we're here, my family's here, and we're here for you. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being an ally, and thank you for being here today. All right. Anybody else before we close? Because I know a lot of folks are freezing, and as Asian women, we have parents and loved ones to go back to and little ones. So anybody else? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So we're going to thank everybody for being here. Those of you that have your Stop API Hate gift, please hold those up. And what I'm going to do is challenge all of you to connect with one person that you don't know before you leave today. It's important for us to continue to hold space. This is not the end. This is just the beginning of our efforts to raise awareness and to take action against API hate and acts of racism at bad times. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here today.
You have to do the visual. The visual. Yeah, right behind that.
Và chúng tôi hy vọng để có sự bình an đến mọi gia đình, mọi nhà. Cầu mong Đức Phật đã nói không có dòng máu, không có sự kỳ thị, mọi sự bình đẳng, không có sự nữa là nước mắt, vùng mặt và máu của Đức Phật đã nói là bình đẳng. Từ ngàn xưa Đức Phật đã nói như thế. Bao nhiêu giai cấp từ ngàn xưa đã có Bà La Môn, vẫn là La, Sát Đa Lệ, các thứ. Đó, và là cho nên là bây giờ vẫn tiếp tục như thế này là không được. Từ ngàn năm rồi đã có sự nô lệ rồi, bây giờ không thể tiếp tục nô lệ là 2021 rồi. Cầu xin mọi sự bình an cho xứ Mỹ và cầu xin trận dịch nghĩa là virus này nó tai qua nạn khỏi, bình an cho muôn loài. Xin cảm ơn báo người Việt, mọi sự chân thành cầu bình an cho mọi người, mọi nhà.
I know we're not supposed to do a hug.
Those stories were, they made an impression of her pain, of her hurt, of her suffering, the way she was treated, over-sexualized, just seen as a second-class citizen. And, when I think 50 years ago, she didn't have the support, or there wasn't the awareness that was presented before her, and she felt alone, and she struggled alone. And, being an early immigrant, she didn't have a community to even talk to, or people to even to cry to. She was suffering alone by herself. And when I see the women here, who are strong, that they're coming together in unity, like even my wife and my kids, I see that there's change coming, that there's hope, that even though there's darkness, there's oppression, there's pain, evil, wickedness, that I see that there is being light at the end of the tunnel, and that if we stick together as humanity, I feel like we can do things for good. When it's time, I just hope that that we're able to sit in this grief and this pain and reach out to other members of the API and to say, hey, we're here for you and we love you and we want to support you and we want to listen.
Especially so many of the elderly people in this community.
Yeah, I'm extremely angry, especially when